Yo, what is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome back to Week 2 of the NPBA against the Sleeping Snorlax and Coach Recordman. Now, I am really excited about this week, guys, but we do have a very uphill battle, I will say that. I didn't realize how threatening his team was against ours until, building it. And unfortunately, I'm glad that we get this battle done week 2, because this is one of the battles that I was probably the most scared about doing. But he's got a lot of threats to our team, but I think if played right, we can come out with a win. But I can tell you guys right now is that I am not 100% that we're actually going to be able to do this. So I'm going to try my best, but he has a team that's very threatening against us. So we're going to go over his team here in a minute. And talk about what we're going to be bringing. But, of course, as always, there should be some things right here telling you if you guys want to skip the team builders, stuff, get right in the battle. There should be a timestamp for you guys to do that. But if you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Help me hit my end of the year goal of 350 subscribers. You can share this video with your friends, all that good stuff. But that is my end of the year goal. We got a lot of good content on this channel, a lot of more good things coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed with your notifications on so you do not miss when I do post a new video. But yeah, guys, so like I said, we are battling the Sleeping Snorlax this week and Coach Recordman. But without further ado, let's just get right into his team. So, this is his team. Like I said, he's got a very, very threatening team. It's composed of Arcanine, Gastrodon, Raichu, Rotom, regular Rotom, Swellow, Heracross, Clefairy, Fortress, Tentacruel, Blossom, and Drapion. Now, without a doubt, he is bringing Gastrodon, right? There is not a doubt in my mind that he's bringing Gastrodon. Because we have Manaphy, there is no way he can't bring it, right? If he doesn't bring Gastrodon, then I will be more than happy with this battle. Because of the fact that we hit his number 1 pick, right? His tier 1 Arcanine. We hit that for super effectively. Plus, we can hit everything, a ton of stuff on his team, right? Extremely hard, right? Drapion doesn't want to take it. Heracross doesn't want to take a Scald, Swellow doesn't want to take an Ice Beam. Even Fortress doesn't want to take a Scald, right? So, and I assume that he'll bring Rotom, but obviously Arcanine gets Intimidate, also gets Flash Fire 2 for an immunity to fire. I do not think he's going to bring that because we really only have one fire type in Ninetales, and honestly, he only has 3 Pokemon that are weak to fire, I guess. But I doubt that he'll probably bring, I don't know if he'll bring Arcanine or not, but because we do have a good team for Arcanine. So, and then he's got Raichu, obviously, which also gets Lightning Rod, just like our Marowak does. So we do have to be careful if we bring Jolteon, which, spoiler alert, we are not bringing Jolteon this week. Rotom, regular Rotom, it is threatening, but at the same time, Electric Ghost is good, but I don't know if he's actually going to bring it. I mean, he will need a counter to Manaphy, right? So he is either going to bring Rotom, Raichu, or Blossom. I have a sneaking suspicion that Blossom's coming. I don't know why. It's not super good, but I do have kind of a sneaking suspicion that it might come, specifically because he might think I might bring Marowak to be immune to his 2 electric types and bring Blossom to counter that. Swellow is incredibly scary with Guts, right? Guts, Flame Orb, that thing can be pretty scary. I don't know if he'll bring it or not. Same with Heracross, Guts, Heracross, that thing obviously can get close combat, Mega Horn, Drain Punch, or no, it doesn't get Drain Punch. I don't know why it doesn't get Drain Punch, but it gets a lot of stuff like that. Could run a Life Orb set, Choice Band if he wanted to, also Swords Dance. But these next 2 Pokemon, he has a very hazards setting team, right? Obviously, he's got Tentacruel, right? Which is one of the only Pokemon right now that gets access to Toxic Spikes, which could be big for our team. Also, he gets Fortress, which obviously gets access to, I think it gets access to Sticky Web, gets access to Spikes, gets access to Stealth Rock, gets access to Rapid Spin 2 to get rid of hazards. That thing I could definitely see coming. Clefairy obviously does not have the Eviolite, so it's definitely not that big of a threat. But obviously it can redirect. But really, I don't see that thing coming. Blossom, obviously, I don't really know too much about that competitively. Obviously, it can get, I think it gets chlorophyll, but he doesn't really have anything on his team that sets up Sunny Day unless he thinks I'm going to bring Ninetales for some reason, and then he will bring that to kind of take advantage of my Sun unless he sets up Sunny Day. But obviously he gets Petal Dance, stuff like that. Drapion obviously gets Toxic Spikes, gets Night Slash, stuff like that. So honestly, if I had to say which 6 Pokemon I think he's going to bring, my predictions here are Arcanine, Gastrodon, Raichu, Heracross, Fortress, and Blossom. Right? That is my that's my 6. Maybe he brings Rotom over Raichu. Maybe he brings Tentacruel. Or maybe he brings Swallow over Heracross. I don't know. But that is my 6 that I think that he might bring. But, yeah, let's just get right into the team that I'm bringing. Alright, guys. So, this is the team that we are bringing this week. I really think that this is going to be pretty good. I'm a little nervous about it, but, I honestly thought for a split second about not bringing Squirt just because of Gastrodon to throw him off. But honestly, I think that it's going to be really good against the rest of his team. I don't just want to not bring our Tier 1 just because of one single Pokemon. Plus, this thing does get access to Energy Ball, right? We hit it with an Energy Ball, right? If it's max specially defensive, I mean, but I don't think it will be. So if we hit this thing with an Energy Ball, it does half. We set up a Tail Glow, OHKOs every time. So if we can catch this thing in on a switch, we OHKO it, because we outspeed it, because Gastrodon's slow. Unless he's like max speed Choice Scarf or something, then I don't know if we outspeed it with this set, but he's not going to be that. So we can catch it in, we outspeed it, we take it out, that is going to be big. Obviously, Tail Glow, we're setting up for Scald. Ice Beam's also there for the Swallow, even though I believe Swallow just goes down to a Scald anyways, but the Freeze could be big too if we get that. But obviously we're Hydration, so we don't have to worry about status conditions. So if Rotom wants to Will-O-The-Wisp us or, you know, Thunder Wave us, we should be good. We are running a Modest Nature this week, so we are max special attack, max HP, and the remaining 4 in speed. So this thing is just going to be there. I think this is just going to be really, really good. As long as we get rid of his Electric type and his Gastrodon, we should be good. And even if we set up a Tail Glow, I think Ice Beam still may get close to OHKO and Gastrodon too. So, I'm not running Scald or Surf this week, obviously, but because honestly, last week that was just for the redirection. Now he could bring redirection on Clefairy, but I'm really not worried about that too much. Then we got Monkey this week, guys. We got Monkey this week with Fake Out, Double Hit, Aerial Ace, and Protect, Technician, Silk Scarf. Same basic set that we ran last week. We're Max Attack, Max Speed with an Adamant Nature. But we're running Fake Out and Double Hit, obviously, for priority and for stab damage. And then actually we're running Aerial Ace because that OHKOs Heracross, right? And we are faster than certain Heracross builds. So we're actually faster than Heracross, so that actually would be good, right? We take that thing out. Last week we ran Taunt, which honestly I cannot believe last week turned out so good, because honestly I turned on the team builder and I was like, I had Thief instead of Taunt, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put Taunt on there just in case he decides that he wants to bring Trick Room or something. Literally, it was last minute, and that was the deciding factor for this battle. For that battle, 100% the deciding factor was Monkey coming in with Taunt. So, but Aerial Ace I think might catch him off guard too if we can get that in the right situation. But yeah, that's Monkey. Luke Cage is coming back this week again, guys, with the Life Orb this week with Iron Fist. He's got Mach Punch, Fake Out, Fire Punch, and Drain Punch. Now Mach Punch obviously there for priority, Drain Punch there for stab, Fake Out's there for priority, and then Fire Punch actually is there for stuff like the Blossom, stuff like the Heracross. So honestly, this thing may not outspeed Heracross, and if he sets up and we're not really defensive this week, so I am a little bit nervous because this thing cannot really take on Heracross. But Fire Punch, depending on his build, will either do a lot or even OHKO, depending on his health, stuff like that. Blossom, this thing always OHKOs. So, if he switches this thing in on a Drain Punch or something like that, we can hit it with a Fire Punch. So, Yeah, but we are obviously running an Adamant Nature, or we're running a Jolly Nature this week with max speed and max attack with remaining 4 in HP. So that's honestly just to speed as much as we can, because I almost wanted to run Thunder Punch, but this thing is never going to outspeed Swallow, so unfortunately. Then we got Thwack coming back, guys, with same set we had last week, almost. So we got Thick Club with Lightning Rod, Boomerang, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, and Parasong. We're going to Adamant Nature, 252 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, and the remaining 4 in speed. We don't really need the speed this week, honestly. Boomerang is there, obviously, to hit stuff like Raichu. Obviously not Rotom, but Stone Edge is there to hit stuff like Rotom, stuff to hit like Swellow. Stealth Rock is there. I don't know if we're going to set Stealth Rock up, though. It really depends on if he brings Fortress, because honestly, I feel like setting up Stealth Rock is just, if he brings Fortress, is just nothing but a waste of turns, since he'll just come in and, you know, rev spin him away. Obviously, he gets defog potential in Rotom and in... does Rotom get defog? No. Why did I think Rotom got defog? And Swellow. So, and then Parasong is there. You know, that may end up coming in handy if we can get him down to a two Pokemon thing. That might be good, but yeah. And then, guys, Stinky Boy is making his appearance, his first appearance, guys, with Black Sludge this week for a little bit of recovery. We got Stench there, so that makes it so we have a higher chance of getting crits on moves that, you know, don't have a chance to crit. So, Sucker Punch, really. That's it. We're running Sucker Punch, Crunch, Defog, and Toxic. Obviously, I don't know why this thing gets defog. I think probably just because its farts are, like, so bad that it just, like, defogs everything away. But Sucker Punch is there for, obviously, Priority Crunch is there for Pregnant. I almost ran Choice Specs Flamethrower this week, but honestly, that would have only been for Fortress. So, but this does give us a grounded poison type. So if he does decide to bring Toxic Spikes on, Tentacruel, we can absorb them, right? And we have Defog, that way he can, if he wants to try to come in with Fortress and just be like, oh, I'm going to set up all these things, we can Defog it away. Toxic, obviously, one of the only Pokemon in the game right now that gets Toxic, and it is guaranteed to hit, so it never misses, which is really, really nice. So, yeah, that's, and then we are actually running max HP, max attack with an Adamant Nature this week, and then remaining 4 in speed. I almost thought about running Choice Band 2, thought about Life Orb, but in no stretch of the imagination does Flamethrower ever, or there was some kind of situation I was running. I don't think that Flamethrower ever O-code, Heracross, right? Even with, like, the max attack, or max special attack, you know, Choice Specs, it never did. So there was no point in me trying to do that. So, honestly, this thing being just super bulky, I think will be a nuisance for his team. And then Crunch, obviously having a chance to flinch, is not affected by Stench, but Sucker Punch is. So, or, yeah, not, did I say crits? I meant flinches. It has a higher chance of flinches. So, Sucker Punch could get a flinch. That would be nice. And now, we got my biggest fan, guys. My biggest fan, the Rotom fan, is coming this week with Choice Specs. Levitate. We got Thunderbolt, Air Slash, Volt Switch, and Shadow Ball. Now, this thing is to take on his Rotom, right? With Shadow Ball. This thing is to be able to take on his Swellow. Stuff like that. Air Slash is there for Heracross. So, we do have to worry about Lightning Rod, because that could be, if he decides to bring Lightning Rod, that could be our biggest issue, and I think that he is going to bring Raichu. So, we do have to be careful about that, but honestly, Choice Specs, I mean, we are running Intimidation this week with max speed and max special attack, so, yeah, but that's, I mean, that's the set. I'm really, really excited about it, so hopefully this thing is going to be better than I thought. But yeah, that's our team, guys. So, I'm really nervous about the battle. But it is what it is. So we're just going to get right in the battle, and I guess I'll see you guys there. Alright, guys. So you're going to be seeing this instead of the battle, because unfortunately, Recordman did not get back to me at all. Right? It went a couple days. We had a time set for the battle. He didn't battle. I tried to get a hold of him. And unfortunately, because of that, he ended up being a forfeit win on my part. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to upload this video because I wanted you guys to see that I had a full team built. I had a team builder. I had all this stuff recorded, all perfect for our battle, but he could not get a hold of. I could not get a hold of him, and unfortunately, the rules state that if somebody doesn't respond, it's going to have to be a forfeit win. And I don't have another time to battle this week because we already have another battle that we gotta do this week. So unfortunately, it's a forfeit battle for us. I don't like it at all because I hate giving out forfeit wins. I would rather have a loss. I would rather get a 6-0 loss than a forfeit win. But unfortunately, that's what it's gonna be. So I really hope that you guys will tune in for next week's battle. It's against Nimblox this week. The guy's been commenting on all these videos, so he's really nervous about it. But he's up 2-0, so I don't know what we're gonna do here. I'm terrified, but we'll see what happens. But hopefully you guys won't see this video at all, and you guys will just see the battle. But if you did, sorry about that. We'll be back next week with next week's battle. Nitro Journal's out. Peace.